The Three Steles of Seth Explained. Introduction. The Hidden Pillars of Egypt. Imagine wandering through a vast, silent desert and stumbling upon three massive stone pillars rising from the sand. Carved into the weathered stone are ancient symbols glowing with a secret knowledge meant to unlock the hidden dimensions of the universe. According to an ancient text discovered in Egypt in 1945, called the Three Steles of Seth, these pillars are real. Written nearly 1,800 years ago, this text wasn't written to tell a regular story with a beginning, middle, and end. Instead, it is a spiritual map. The text claims that Seth, the wise son of Adam, carved three sacred hymns onto stone monuments to preserve the ultimate secrets of the universe. Written in a beautiful, poetic way that anyone can understand, this text takes us on a step-by-step journey of the mind, showing us how the ancient mystics believed a person could elevate their thoughts to connect with the ultimate source of all creation. Chapter 1, the first stele, the foundation of Adamus. The journey begins at the base of the first stone pillar. This stele is dedicated to Adamus, who the text describes as the original heavenly archetype of humanity, perfect blueprint of a human being before our physical world even existed. The words carved into this first pillar are a song of deep gratitude and awakening. The speaker looks up at the heavenly forces and says, "I praise you, Father of the living light, because you gave us a mind to understand the universe." When you look at this first stele, think of it as the foundation level of a video game. Before you can explore higher realms, you first have to recognize who you are. First stele teaches that human beings aren't just made of dust and bone. We carry a spark of divine intelligence inside of us. It is a reminder to stop looking down at the mud, stand tall, and realize that our minds are capable of touching the stars. Chapter 2, the second stele, the living creation. Moving forward, we arrive at the second stone pillar. If the first pillar was about discovering our own inner spark, the second stele expands outward to look at the entire living universe. It is addressed to a grand cosmic intelligence called Barbello, which represents the first great thought or reflection of the ultimate creator. The carvings on this pillar describe a universe that is completely alive, interconnected, and vibrating with harmony. It states that everything in existence, every star, every soul, and every whisper of wind is part of a grand, unified system. The hymn on the second stele is filled with phrases of deep unity. For instance, "You are the life of all life. Because of you, we see the truth." The mystics use this pillar to practice looking past the differences that divide us on earth. It teaches that when we look at nature, or even at each other, we're all looking at reflections of the exact same light. Chapter 3, the third stele, the silent source. Finally, we step up to the third and highest stone pillar. This is the final frontier of the journey. This stele is dedicated to the ultimate unnamed source of everything, the one who existed before time, space, or numbers were ever invented. As you read the words on the third stele, the language changes. The loud praises and complex ideas fade away into a profound, peaceful silence. The text explains that the ultimate source is so massive, so kind, and so pure that human words cannot even describe it. To connect with this level of reality, the hymn tells the traveler to quiet their mind completely. It is the ultimate moment of meditation. The pillar guides the soul to drop its worries, its labels, and its fears, and to simply be. In this deep, quiet stillness, the boundaries of the individual self melt away, leaving the traveler filled with a sense of infinite peace and perfect rest. Epilogue: The Descent Back to Earth. The text concludes with a very practical lesson. After reaching the peak of the third pillar and experiencing total peace, the text describes the soul gently descending back through the levels, returning to everyday life on earth. But the person who comes back isn't the same person who left. By studying the Three Steles of Seth, the ancient mystics believed they could bring a piece of that heavenly harmony back down into the physical world. Though these pillars were carved in stone centuries ago, their true message was never meant to be trapped in the desert sand. They remind us that whenever we choose to seek wisdom, appreciate the unity of nature, or find peace in quiet meditation, we are building our own pillars of light right here in our daily lives.